Hey, Sooner football fans. This is your Sooner football fans podcast. You got Terry and Rob and Caleb here. Boomer up.
Boom, Terry.
Boom, Caleb.
Boomer.
Wake up, Caleb.
I'm sorry, I'm watching football stuff.
Caleb's a little bit behind. We are coming at you from the Podcast Palace in beautiful Norman, Oklahoma.
Where we are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma.
But we do have eligibility left. So let's get all the particulars out of the way, guys. First off, as always, if you're going to look for a tailgate and you're not coming to our tailgate like a champion, go to www.tailgateconnect.com. Dan Donnelly can set you up with the best tailgates in the country with programs that aren't as good as Oklahoma's, but they're pretty close. But
well, everybody else is a distant second.
yeah,
So.
but they have good tailgates there. But go to www.tailgateconnect.com. Sign up for a tailgate in your area. Also, wherever if you're not in Oklahoma, or even if you are in Oklahoma, you don't come to the games, but you have watch parties at the local pub, local bar, or you're looking for a watch party in your community, go to www.teambarfinder.com or download their app on the Apple Store or on Google Play Store. They will hook you up with the Sooner watch party in your area.
That app is pretty user-friendly, too, by the way.
Yes, it is.
So it doesn't take me an hour to find something on it.
So
you know it must be pretty good.
It's pretty easy if Rob can find something on it.
That's for sure.
But if you have a watch party somewhere, or even if you want to start one, obviously check with the bar to make sure it's okay with them. But then sign your watch party up on teambarfinder.com and draw Sooner fans in to you. So you can do both. Find a party, start a party.
Or whoever your pro team is.
Yeah. And speaking of parties, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who came to Tailgate Like a Champion yesterday for the West Virginia game. Rob?
I was there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, at the end, and everybody was gone.
I was so tired. I can't even tell you.
But we had fans from, of course, South Jersey. You know,
Bill
and Yvette were there.
Bill and Yvette.
And but from South Jersey, Wisconsin, Ohio, Missouri, Texas, Nebraska, and probably somewhere else. I'm not going to, I have stopped giving out names other than people like, Bill from South Jersey. We've known Bill for a while. The Wisconsin guys were there. Sooner in Wisconsin is his Twitter name, but I don't want to give out names because I forget people and I always get that DM, and I know nobody's being rude. They're just like, oh, you forgot me. I'm not trying to forget anybody, but
probably somebody internationally.
Yeah.
so it's an international tailgate is what you got going on.
It was pretty impressive. We had people that came and went, just as we always do, from, like I said, from all over. The Wisconsin guy, Sooner in Wisconsin, big Iron Maiden fan, so I hate him because he had pictures on a phone of him with the band at a hotel hanging out, which I don't like him for that reason, but he was a good guy. He brought buddies from Wisconsin. It was fun watching them after the game as they were watching the Wisconsin game on their phone.
Oh, boy.
They were not happy, rightfully so.
Well, yeah, it's like getting beat by Kansas. Texas.
So, but it was a great time. Thank you again, Lori and Scott, for being there helping out.
Good people.
Yeah. It can't be done by one person. The lovely Teresa does all the work when she probably shouldn't, and I have to tell her to stop doing certain things. But it's a lot of work to put it on, but it's a lot of fun. So next game, what is that? 3 weeks from now?
I don't know, but that guy has the ugliest tie I've ever seen in my life.
We're watching
Just saying.
What is it?
Who's in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're watching Who's In.
Championship Drive.
Right now. But this, of course, is the West Virginia post-game podcast where the Sooners put a first-class butt-kicking on the Mountaineers. 52-14. The Oklahoma Sooners are 7-0 for the first time since
2012?
Nope.
No,
2004.
I know.
2004.
Four.
You are correct.
I was close. That was my next guess.
Can you believe that? It's been, how many years
15.
is it? 15 years.
Wow.
Since we've been 7. We've always slipped up, within the first 6 games, either to Texas. There's a few times we slipped up to a couple of people, but
Well, we don't schedule the cupcakes like certain teams do.
yeah,
Or we try not to. I
yeah.
mean,
But last week I was like, when was the last time we were 6-0? This is Riley's first time, and it was 2011. It was the first time we were 6-0, and all the way back to 2004 when we ran the table and
lost to
USC in the worst bowl game I've
I
ever.
still hate them to this day.
I do too.
For that game, by the way.
What about you, Caleb? You were barely old enough to remember
I
that
remember
game.
the USC game. I remember we scored the first one, thought we were going to win, then we got the crap kicked out of us.
Yeah.
Pretty much, we were saying we pretty much quit. We quit in that game. A lot of people were saying.
We did. Well, and also, what's her name? Doggone it. Who was the halftime entertainment for that game?
I don't remember that.
Oh,
Katy Perry.
nope.
No.
Hold on. Her and her husband, was it Nick? They had the reality show, the dumb blonde.
Jessica Simpson,
Yeah, her sister.
Ashley Simpson.
Yeah, and got booed.
That's surprising.
And they were doing the halftime stuff, in the booth, and you could hear the crowd in the background booing her. So,
Something, that 04 team was really good. It's just like the 04, the 08 teams. Both of those teams should have won national championships. Man, they were good.
The 04 team just got outclassed that game though, and it's just
Got manhandled against USC. Sure
well,
did.
and
and snowball effect too. Once
Yeah.
they're going,
Stoops, Mike had taken the Arizona job, so there was a transition period. So there's that. But anyway, it's good to be 7-0.
Yes, it is.
Let's take a look at the numbers. Oklahoma had 25 first downs. West Virginia had 15. This is crazy. Oklahoma was 2 of 7 from third down, but we never,
we never really on third down.
Yeah, you have 7 third downs. 5 of 18 West Virginia was. 2 of 3 on fourth down. Total yards, West Virginia 242, Oklahoma 560. Passing Oklahoma 18 of 21 for 363 yards. 17.3 yards per catch.
Wow.
That is
It's crazy.
ridiculous.
Outstanding. Yep, outstanding.
Let's see. West Virginia 18 of 34 for 191 yards. 5.6 yards per catch.
We didn't do any sacks or anything too, so I was mostly a secondary doing
I
most of
know.
that stuff.
I know.
Rushing, West Virginia 30 attempts for 51 yards. Oklahoma 38 attempts for 197 yards. 5.2 yards per carry. No turnovers by either team. And I want to start with that first. No, let's jump over here to Hurts first. 16 of 17. Who dropped the only pass?
Stoops.
Stoops. Come on, Drake. For crying out loud. You're going to cost the guy the Heisman Trophy.
That one drop did it. Dang it.
Dang it. That's what they're going to show. For 316 yards.
Yeah, it was a good pass, too. It definitely should have been caught.
18.6 yards per catch when Jalen was 18.6 yards per catch when Jalen was out there.
Man.
18 yards per. That's ridiculous.
It's good, to be sure.
Yeah. Jalen had 10 carries for 75 yards, 7.5 yards per carry, 2 TDs on the ground, 3 TDs in the air, so a total of 5 TDs. Your thoughts on how Jalen looked this week?
Well, I mean, what is there any bad that you can say against Jalen? He looked great. I thought, last week we were really worried that because he really didn't throw anything downfield,
Right.
and really nothing with any mustard on it. Well, yesterday he threw some downfield passes and dropped them right in the breadbasket.
Yep.
So he had some amazing accuracy, and there was some mustard on him.
Yeah.
So yesterday he looked, I think, probably better than he's looked since day one of being on the University of Oklahoma campus.
Caleb?
Yep, same thing. That's the best he's looked all year, I think. I mean,
I think it's proof that he listened to Lincoln. He's coachable even after being as successful as he is, because Joel Klatt said it during the Texas game. We talked about it last week. He He's not staying in the pocket and progressing through his reads long enough. Joel Klatt said it.
Joel Klatt said that?
Yeah, last week against Texas.
Was he listening to us?
Yeah.
Is that where he got that? He was listening to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he talked about it during the game. I watched the game again today, and I watched Joel Klatt stuff on YouTube afterwards. And if you watch the game, he stayed in the pocket. When he had to run, he did.
He did stay in the pocket. Remember, we were pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing we could pick on was that.
And that's your nitpicking. You know, the guy was, if he would just stay in there, and he stayed in the pocket, and guess what? CD was coming across. The deep routes were opening up, and he was getting the ball downfield.
Yep.
That pass to Morris was right in front of me.
Man.
Holy cow.
That was big time.
That was
pro caliber
pass,
quarterbacking right there.
Catch, everything.
I mean, reminded me of a much younger me. But
Yeah. Say, I'd have reached out and grabbed it with one hand.
So what do you think, Terry? Is that did he come close? Because I think you and I both agree that he's probably not going to win the Heisman.
No,
But what about after yesterday?
yeah, I mean, he's still in the hunt.
I don't know who's going to win it now.
Yeah.
Tua's hurt. I mean,
Yeah,
Burrow's
Tua's
the
hurt.
only guy that can maybe
Tua's
win it.
hurt.
Jonathan Taylor's out of it now.
Jonathan Taylor's out because they lost. So now it's down to Burrow.
What's Clemson quarterback?
He has been in since week 2.
Yeah, he can't throw the ball to anybody but the other team. He's
Well,
got 8 interceptions.
He's going to
already
be
this
there.
year.
He's not going to win it.
No.
So it's now between, I think, Burrow and Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Really, that's who I think is between. But the kid from Ohio State, Justin Fields, has got a real good shot. So
Yeah.
I think that's your top 3 contenders right now.
But
Burrow's probably going to lose to Bama. So, I mean, that can knock him out. So, I mean.
I'm all for putting CeeDee Lamb in there.
yeah. CD Lamb's touchdown streak is broke, though.
Yeah.
He didn't have a touchdown catch.
We should go back and play that again so we can get one.
Yeah. But here's the one thing that was blatantly obvious yesterday at the beginning of the game. We had a bunch of rain Friday night.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had the wrong cleats on.
And again Saturday morning.
Yeah. I don't know if they had the wrong cleats on, but CD slipped down when he had a touchdown.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts slipped. They beginning of that game, they were slipping around. I don't know if they changed their cleats, changed the spikes on them.
Yeah, I heard that a bunch of them were changing them after the first couple of series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, because that one CD, it was 1-on-1. He was fixing to cut back against the grain and slipped down.
Yeah.
So, the atmosphere was great. Man, it was a perfect day for football too yesterday.
It was nice.
Golly.
I came down the tunnel in the fourth quarter and stood right there where the schooner normally is.
Yeah.
I stayed there the whole fourth quarter, and man, it was just beautiful,
Yeah. And Caleb, how were things here at the house watching the game?
It's fine. Got a lot of beers. That's pretty much it. It was just fun. I have a friend over who's Texas fan. Like, he was just upset because it's over so fast. Like, I thought it'd be a good game. It's like, no, you're dumb. Like, it's going to be beat down the whole way.
You're done.
You're dumb.
Good friend of yours, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's because, Texas and then played close for a while. He thought it would be like.
Oh, because it started off with, it was like 14-7 for a little bit. And then
Wait, did you say for a while? Texas played close for a while?
Was it West
Texas
Virginia?
thought-
The
West
whole
Vir-
game was close.
Well, I'm talking about the West Virginia game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. We'll get into the
Yep,
Texas, Kansas.
It was good, though. Like I said, it was like with 14-7 start off, and after that, we just put our foot on our throats, and they only scored at one time because they went for it twice on 4th down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fake punt. That was annoying, but.
Yeah. But running backs, Kennedy Brooks had 10 carries for 70 yards. Pledger, 3 carries for 25. Trey got the ball 5 times this game, and Ramondre had 4 carries for 1 yard. We had a block punt for a TD. Braden Willis blocked the punt. Austin Stogner recovered it. But the play of the game was Drake Stoops. Did you notice what Drake did?
Besides dropping that pass?
No. He kept Austin Stogner from sliding out of bounds.
Oh, yeah. I seen
He
that,
pushed him. Even they even said something like he was going over him, and he pushed him to stop him, to keep him from sliding out of bounds, which was pretty heads-up play. I still think he would have got it for a touchdown, but that was pretty cool. And a college block punt sounds awesome when you're down there.
Oh, yeah, that was right in front of you, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it is like, sounds like a cannon going off.
Well, what happened, I was asleep, actually. I was in bed asleep, and then my phone goes off, because you texted me, Scotty texted me, and somebody else texted me. I'm like, what is going on? So I opened up, and yours just said Rutro, and I was like, oh, snap. I was thinking Alabama. Alabama's going down, baby. So I hopped up right quick, and I ran out and flipped on the TV, and I was like, oh, okay.
What were we texting you about?
I believe I think it maybe when Kansas tied it up or went ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
that's what was going on when I flipped on the TVs.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, I was looking for the Alabama game, and I couldn't even find it. And I was like, well, what could they be talking about? And then I think I responded to you or whatever. Scotty said, Kansas is about to do it or something. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and Texas is proud of that win. They tweeted out, Texas wins, Texas wins.
Poor guy. I feel sorry for him. No, I don't.
And here's the deal with Texas. I retweeted it because does Bevo have mad cow disease now? Look, that's what they tweeted out.
Oh, my God. That looks funky. The best one I've seen is that Bevo has now entered the transfer portal. So, yeah, he's kind of going to be he wants to be the Bison at Colorado. So
yeah, I mean it's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, no, but yeah, they're. Let's talk about the defense, since we're all guzzling down that wonderful.
That's right, we are
Kool-Aid now.
What's the ranking?
Anybody got any guesses, or do y'all know?
28.
28.
Yeah, 20 something.
28. We are 28th total defense. Rushing defense.
Wait. I don't want to start. I want to go. What did we say last year that we would be happy with this year?
If that's 70, I'd be happy with.
Yeah.
Didn't we say 70?
60. Anything but last.
Right?
Right.
And now we're at 28.
Number 28.
We should be as happy as a puppy with two Peters. Just saying.
I don't know if I'll ever be that happy. But, rushing, we are number 38. We're only giving up 3.7 yards per carry per rush.
What did we keep them to yesterday?
God, I don't know.
It was
What was
50 something, like 55.
Yeah, 51. 1.7 yards per carry.
It was nasty.
Yeah.
I got two words for you. Number 9 and number 90. Right?
Yep.
Good grief, those guys play out.
Passing defense. What did we end the season last year? Passing
Like
defense.
last, we're like
Just
dead
see,
last.
there's last, and then there was us.
Correct.
Okay.
We're number 37,
Wow.
giving up only 6.4 yards per catch.
And I'm going to tell you something before you they are all over the receivers that caught the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something else while we're on it. That second touchdown, or it might have been, was it the first one or the second one? The refs gave them that touchdown. Because that block in the back, I'm
Wasn't
telling
a
you,
block.
that was, And then, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Some people are asking, and I heard it talked about after the game. Let's do some stuff today. Well, they didn't get any sacks. They're going to need more stuff like they went against Texas. Oklahoma went straight base defense against West Virginia. There was no stunts. There was a few blitzes. They weren't stunting like they did against Texas.
Well, I watched it again today, right? So,
Yeah.
really the first time for me. But West Virginia had a pretty good game plan. Austin Kendall did not hold the ball very long.
No.
He threw a bunch of quick stuff that got the ball out of there so that he didn't get any sacks.
Right. And like you said, when they did get downfield, we need to look up, how many knockdowns we had as compared to this time last year. Oklahoma is knocking passes down.
Oh, yeah. And they're right there. They're all over them. So,
And
I think Spare signed that we getting pressure, and we still were
dominant.
doing good stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause I was worried that if we don't get pressure, that's when we get exposed, and that's not happened. So
It hadn't happened. Third down defense, what's our rank?
like 5.
Number 7.
Ooh.
Our opponents are 27 of 97 on third downs. 2.7% of the time they're getting a third down.
So let me ask you this. Every time we do that, or we come in and play it like that, does it just make Mike Stoops look worse and worse and worse?
Sounds like it. It's starting to look like it.
Yeah, I mean, here's
For the most
deal.
part, same players.
You know,
It is the same players.
Yeah, I was talking to some guys, this weekend. we couldn't figure out. Nobody could. You'd talk to the media, or you'd hear the media talk about it. We talked to some former players that come around every now and then. Nobody could figure out. These are 4-star athletes. What why aren't they better? I mean, even if they weren't coached, they should be better than this. But now it's the same thing. Why are these guys so good? It's the same guys that were last year.
Right.
Why are they so good this year?
I think we have to attribute it to coaching, don't
we? Attribute and focusing in on what matters.
Yeah.
Not a complicated scheme, not a hide this and do this. Just flat out line up and play football.
Well, every time though, too, what people don't realize, like we had a different game plan every week. Like we didn't stick to one basic defense.
Yeah.
Every week we adjusted our defense to their offenses instead of like Grinch is like, nope, we're playing this defense and get us out of it if you want. I mean, so far no one's even come close to that. So.
And let me say this. I'll take every one of those pass interference calls if they keep playing like this all year long. I'll take every one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt you if you're, no, of course every play it would, but I mean they're so aggressive that a lot of times it's not going to get called because it's so early in the play and the play's not getting that far down the field. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But almost every deep pass was knocked down. There's a lot of stuff coming over the middle that's getting knocked down.
And the passes they did catch, we were there.
Yeah, and they tackled.
Which is so different than last year when Bookie's standing there going, what do I do?
Yeah.
And the receiver's running wide open behind him.
Right. But like you said, when they catch the ball, they're hitting the ground.
Yep.
They're not. There's no yards after catch with Oklahoma.
Not much yak.
And there's no yakking on this defense. That's our new logo, or not logo, saying. But also, big thing about this defense, yesterday they had 5 3-and-outs. So it's a ridiculous amount of numbers.
Yeah, they're playing
easy, Caleb.
Really well. I think the front line from Gallimore and those guys to the backers to the cornerbacks, they're all playing really good football right now. And they're going to have to do that all year long.
Yeah, because it's going to be interesting run in November.
Yeah, it is. Because you know what? Baylor is no joke.
Yep. Baylor, Iowa State.
Yep.
And we got TCU.
Bold prediction time.
Well, first off, let's talk about the Big 12 real quick.
Well, we can't not talk about the biggest thing that happened in the game yesterday.
What was the biggest?
The Schooner. Oh, that's the biggest thing that happened in the game yesterday.
A lot of people are talking about it.
I mean, it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Doug Gottlieb, you're an idiot. I'm saying it out loud. I posted on your tweet.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty scary deal. I didn't see it. I heard the roar of the crowd. And the thing. I guess it's the world we live in now when 80, 90,000 people go, it kind of freaks you out.
Yeah.
And look over, and the Schooner is, what is that, the second time in history that it's dumped?
I doubt that.
Maybe more in this.
I know it happened in the
80s. It dumped on the turf. But that
when the last year of the turf, right?
Yeah, when they made that turn, it caught on the turf. And
pretty much shows like all the rider's fault, pretty much, right? Was he just going too fast?
No, it was my understanding is, and if you look at it, there was a guy from Fox in the back, and he shifted when he shouldn't have shifted.
Yep. In fact, I got this from them, and when he was in the back, he was taking photos or video. I'm not sure which, probably one of each or both or whatever. But they told him stay in the center, because the center of gravity needs to stay in the center, and he did not. In fact, he shifted to the right when the Schooner was turning right in grass that was, a little deeper than normal because of the rain.
Yeah,
and maybe a sharp turn. Hard to say.
Yeah. Well, but I think the university even said, I think they even, I don't know if they tweeted out, but I think they're official. I'm not going to say official, but I think they even mentioned the fact that it was, there was a guy in the back that from Fox that moved over, and he moved to the side of the wagon that were somebody on that side of the way. So it's kind of like being in a boat.
Yep.
You don't get all the weight in a boat on one side.
And then turn that way.
Turn.
Yeah.
So, well, hopefully we won't lose for a while, because that's going to be a meme thrown out there.
Yeah.
I mean, no, we already is starting out there.
Yeah.
I mean, like French. Anytime OU does anything dumb, that meme's going to be out
Well,
there
we
now.
just don't do anything dumb. When's the last time we did anything dumb?
Well,
We lost Texas last year.
Well,
I mean,
that
here's the
last
thing.
year.
The what's the cow down at Texas? What
Bevo.
Yeah, Bevo.
Yeah.
I mean, he almost killed the dumb dog from Georgia.
Georgia, yeah. It happens with these all the time. It's like everyone has these, so it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to have them. It's
No.
a good thing. I mean, I think it's a good thing people make fun of you because it means they care about you.
Yeah.
So I mean, for people to make fun of you, like, you got butthurt about it. I mean, it's
Well,
The
there's
only-
plenty of video of the buffalo in Colorado dragging their handlers around. I mean, come on.
I'm pretty sure if OU that comes out flat and gets team like that, memes gonna be out everywhere on Twitter and stuff like that. That's just part of the game. When you have a great program,
Well,
people like to make fun of you when stuff like that happens.
And PETA, you two, I had to tell you guys to shut up last night. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Of having animals in captivity as live mascots. Those horses are treated better, and I know that's the old saying, they're treated better than most human beings.
They're treated well, I can tell you that.
They are treated extremely well. They are loved by the fan base. People, go to the games, and when they come into town, they want to go see the Schooner and the Roughnecks and get their pictures taken with the horses. They're loved. They're not mistreated. This was an accident, and thank God, nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt. The horses weren't hurt.
And while we're talking about it, let me address some other things that I've been seeing on social media from the idiots that don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, go, Rob.
Because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, why didn't those guys go over there and check on that girl? Oh my gosh, that's disrespectful. Well, here's the thing. They have an emergency plan in place for when something like
Right.
that happens. And everybody has a job to do, and they do their job. So when the girl went down, whoever's supposed to check on her could see that she was fine.
Mm-hmm.
She was okay. Somebody's supposed to check on the other guy. Maybe the same person, I don't know. But then, everybody has a job to do, and as soon as an emergency happens, their emergency plan kicks in, and everybody does what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Did you notice how long it took them to get the
Yeah,
Schooner
and that's what
off the field?
That's what I was going to say. Kudos to them because it was a machine at work when
Right.
it happened. They were out there. Whoop, it came up.
Now,
Did you see that? Also, like you said, people have their jobs. There were, I think 3 or 4 guys that went up and stopped the ponies. How would you like to have that job?
right? You think getting trucked by?
But they did. They walk. You could see. You watch it. They came out.
Yeah.
And 2 on the side. They got the run. There were 2 in front. The horses didn't. The horses came up and stopped.
They barely even knew anything happened
Yeah.
behind them. The noise might have spooked them, but it wasn't that big
Yeah.
a deal.
And but up came the Schooner.
Yeah. Now, look, what wasn't normal is, did you see the rest of the Spirit was involved?
Yeah.
And really the Roughnecks, they are the ones with the emergency plan.
Correct.
If this happens, we're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to, everybody's got a job to do. Well, those male cheerleaders were out there helping them, which, I'm sure it really helped
Yeah.
because those guys are pretty stout. But, they got a plan. They worked it perfectly.
Got off the field. There was nobody hurt, and like you said, you saw when everybody came out. You saw there were people that went to the people on the ground.
Right?
There were the Roughnecks went straight to the
Yep.
to the wagon.
Yep. And, there's
Schooner. Sorry.
there are veterinarians on site to care for those
Yeah.
ponies. I mean, it's not like they're,
they
they're
weren't hurt.
there.
They weren't hurt at all. So,
They weren't hurt at all. Like I say, they barely even knew anything happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were wondering why they didn't get to run anymore. They kept hearing the guns go off, going, "Hey, it's our turn, isn't it?"
Right. They love that. And so that Schooner is built to do what it did.
Yeah.
So, as long as the Schooner doesn't stay together and flip and twist, those ponies don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
Like I say, they didn't even know probably anything happened. They
Yeah.
just heard it. But it did what it was supposed to do, and we're going to get, like Caleb said, we're going to get made fun of it, but I wasn't embarrassed. In fact, I was more proud of them,
I was proud.
for all pulling together and
Yeah.
doing what they're supposed to do.
And then now, kudos to the Sooner fans because the Schooner didn't come out anymore, but the guys came out with the big OU flags. The Roughnecks did, and the crowd just roared.
Right.
I mean, showing respect to the Roughnecks.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing that not a tragedy, but an accident had happened, but yet the Roughnecks continue to do their job, and
They are part of the Spirit Squad.
Yeah.
They're 100% a part of that squad. They're not, an expendable part. So I don't look for the university to do anything about that other than, maybe tighten up, your emergency protocols or whatever that is.
The university should be proud of the young men and the women of Little Sisses for handling it the way they did.
They did well.
They did. It was, because do you remember the one on the AstroTurf?
Yeah.
It took
she was hurt.
Yeah, but it took them forever to get that thing off the.
Yeah, because it was one piece.
Yeah.
It was one schooner.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I heard everyone was okay. I got a little chuckle. I mean, because it's like when the buffalo drags people, like it's just something like that happens, and that's what happened. It's kind of funny.
Last year when old boy fell out of the schooner was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the slow motion of it when it's like slowly falling over, and you see him go flying off. It's like,
And you see stuff coming out of
Well, what people don't understand is when the person that's hanging out the back, which they're still not allowed to do that,
right.
that person has to understand where they are on the field, because if they go from the end zone onto the that side and then up that ramp, if they don't get up, if they don't hand that flag off and get up, they're going to bang their head on the concrete. Yeah. And that's what so Chase is not the one that's on TV. He's not the last one to be on film falling. All right. So the last guy, he just didn't give the flag off in time, and he bumped his head and he come out of the back.
Yeah.
So they said, you guys need to let's hang on. So right now they're not dragging anybody.
Yeah, they're not hanging anybody out the back.
Nobody's hanging, but they're working on trying to get that back.
Yeah, and it's one of the greatest traditions in college football, and it's not going to go anywhere. And it may be tweaked a little bit, which is it's expected. Yeah. Whether an accident happens or not. Things for the safety of those involved gets tweaked.
Right. They need to be safe. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like I said. When I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden you just hear 90,000 people gasp, and I'm like, "Oh crap, what's going on?" And I look over, and
we didn't see a lot where they shot replay. Obviously, I think I saw it online first before I saw it on TV.
Yeah, they came back from commercial to because I was watching the game today. They came back early from commercial to show it, because the commercial got interrupted, and it's kind of a black screen and kind of. And but they talked about Ralphie. That's the scariest thing to watch.
Well,
and when you let I don't care who you are, you got a buffalo. A buffalo is a wild animal. Okay, for crying out loud, there is no taming.
There is no taming him.
Yeah, and
not like the ponies. You can walk up to the ponies and
they love you.
Pet me, kind of a deal.
Yeah,
that buffalo don't care.
Yeah, that buffalo. It's like. Pollock last week when he said they were in LSU, he's like, they got a freaking live tiger here.
Yeah.
He said, I come walking out and there's a tiger right there.
Yeah, the difference is a pony's not going to eat you.
Yeah. He doesn't look at you as lunch. He will look at you as, hey, bring me an apple.
Mm-hmm.
But
and let me say this too. There was an Oklahoma State Aggie that said some pretty infuriating things about the Roughnecks, specifically the leadership of them. And I politely had to
put him out here, Rob. Who was it?
I'm not going to give him the time of day to mention his name.
Credit card stealer.
But
that's who it is,
if he would like, I can meet him in the parking lot and tell him of how. How these kids are fine, upstanding kids.
They are. If you have
have that discussion face to face, if you'd like.
Yeah. If you have ever met any of those young men and women that are part of that organization, it is nothing but respect. I mean, we tailgate next to them. They are sitting there with their families and their friends eating, and people come up to them, kids come up to them, and adults constantly wanting pictures, and those kids stand up, put their plates down, walk over. They don't go, can you wait till I finish my plate?
They're great kids.
They do a picture. They sit back down. If any of them come over and talk to you, they are the politest, and the Alumni Association is too. The, Buck and all the guys over there, they have done nothing but treat us with respect. And, yesterday we had issues with our generator. Guess what? We watched it with the Alumni Association.
Nice.
But, if you're going to attack anybody, you never attack a don't attack. I'll be standing behind Rob if you want to meet him in a parking lot to discuss it. So
I'd be happy to, discuss that with that punk. I mean, that guy.
Famous guy.
Uh-huh.
do what?
Is he famous at all? Or is he?
I don't have any idea. I don't remember his name. Really, I don't remember his name, or I'd probably tell it. But I was nice. I was very nice and professional. So
Yeah.
I haven't seen any replies or anything like that.
Or was he saying like they're drunk or something like that? Or some stupid.
No, he made a comment like, what was it? Peter would be shocked at what the president, the vice president, and some of the players are doing to those animals after hours. And I'm like, sir, you better be glad. I would.
Well, they can't beat us on field, so they find some other stuff to.
Well,
say
and
something like that.
that's what Doug Gottlieb put out a picture. When when Oklahoma engineers build the schooner,
Right.
yeah, you're an idiot. Okay,
Right.
He's definitely.
Oklahoma's one of the biggest engineering schools in the country.
In fact, our PE, or petroleum engineering,
Yeah.
is probably the best petroleum engineering
yeah.
school in the nation.
What is
Which is why ExxonMobil is flying my son out for an interview to Houston, punk. Boy.
He's he hasn't room to say anything. He stole credit cards in college, so
who Doug?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah. Do a background check on Mr. Gottlieb and see what comes up.
Yeah, fine, upstanding young man that he was.
Yeah, and he put out, it's funny because it's true, really. Okay. What is Oklahoma State known for? Veterinary school?
No, it's meat judging.
Meat judging. And
Meat judging.
Yeah, so that's something to be proud of. Okie stank. They got.
How do you do that? Yep, it's meat. Oh, way to go. Come on.
And then watching the Baylor game yesterday with them, and it keeps right in their end zone. Their fake national championship.
Oh, my God.
In big 3-foot letters, 1945 national champions, because we said so.
I think it was Steve Bullard that put out a deal that said next year they get to celebrate the anniversary. How many years now? Anniversary of their national title. I wonder what they did last year.
Yeah.
I wanted to go. They probably did the same thing they did the year they won it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What's embarrassing? Even when your own fans are kind of embarrassed by it, because even some of them are like, "This is stupid."
But anyway, yeah. We're gonna see them, but just there's a lot of other things to be. If you want to make fun of that, that's fine. We'll just talk about what Baylor did to you guys.
Yeah, that was a beatdown.
What was that final score?
Close. I know it was close, like going back to the fourth, and then Baylor just pulled away.
Yeah, it ended up 45-27. I think Baylor scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, I think. And let's see.
It's hard to know if Baylor's still. You still don't know if Baylor's any good because Oklahoma State has no defense.
Yeah. Kansas State beat TCU 24-7. Holy cow!
That's that crazy rain. That game.
Those San Francisco players are having some time. Look at that. He slid 5 yards. Anyway, that's George Kittle from Norman, Oklahoma.
Let's see. Iowa State beat Texas Tech 34-24. Kansas beat Texas, in theory, in heart. When Kansas scores 48 on you,
Your defense.
you win.
We wouldn't know that, right? 40 points Kansas scored?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know that feeling.
So let me ask you, when Les Smiles was going for 2, were you like, "Oh, don't do it, don't do it"?
I was like, when the underdog and you have no business being that game, just go for 2, win it right there.
That's what I was saying too.
Yeah.
Then they get Dicker the kicker coming in.
Dicker the kicker.
But they went 50-48.
Which is sad because even if they lost, I don't think that still would have been the biggest upset of the day, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, probably wouldn't have been.
But and it was in Texas is the crazy part.
Yeah, it was at their home field.
Yeah, it was on their home field. It was, we don't have the Longhorn Network here, so we couldn't watch it.
Yep.
You can go to YouTube and watch it live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Well, thanks for the info.
Well, if I'd have known, I would definitely have told
What
you.
is it? Was the
Probably type
Longhorn
in Texas. So yeah,
Longhorn
a lot of
Network
people
have their
stream
own?
stuff. I think.
So people stream stuff live.
gotcha.
I mean, just go and you can find
Gotcha.
whatever. You just got to figure out how to.
Too. We probably just said that yesterday, but
We don't do that. We're law-abiding citizens here. Isn't that illegal?
I hope not. I mean,
so, I mean, it's not legal. It's not.
Illegal?
I don't think it's illegal for you to watch. It's a legal person to do it.
See, yeah, that's as
yeah,
long as
but that, just because it may not be legally, that don't mean morally and ethically it's right. I mean, I don't want to do anything. I don't know. I thought it was okay. Seriously, I promise, officer. I mean, judge, whoever.
But yeah, we were watching the Alabama Tennessee game. Was pretty good for.
It was close for a little bit, wasn't it?
Until
And Tennessee is bad.
Until Bama like paid the referees. Like, all right, it's too close. And like SEC's like, we can't have Bama losing to Tennessee because that one BS third down call when the guy got up from the QB, they threw a flag on that for unsportsmanlike conduct. Like, I mean that changed the whole game because it went down and drove after that.
Yep.
It was the 3 and out. Tennessee getting the ball back.
Well, there's 6 ranked SEC teams.
Yeah.
Wake Forest ranked.
Well, and I'm pretty sure Texas A&M got votes again this week.
Iowa State's ranked.
Who?
Now Iowa State's ranked now.
Iowa State.
Yeah, they're 23 or something like that.
Yeah, let's look at the rankings that came out today.
We're still number 5.
Yeah, we are still number 5. Clemson dropped.
Yep, they got jumped by Ohio State.
How are they even still in the top? You know, I was watching a deal,
Undefeated.
but they're, you know,
They've earned their rights. What happens when
yeah,
you're
I get that, but I mean they're playing some really bad teams. I mean, people can sit around and
They don't look good beating them.
Yeah, they can sit around and talk about Oklahoma's schedule. It's their schedule is terrible.
Well,
their
yeah,
conference is terrible.
UCLA was not a bad team when we scheduled them. You
Correct.
know,
Yep.
that's the thing. And we weren't supposed to play South Dakota, whatever. We were supposed to play LSU.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that would have been a crazy game this year.
UCLA, LSU in the same season. Come on, that's a big time schedule.
Yep.
It's not our fault they all suck when we get to them.
It's Alabama, of course, number 1. LSU 2. Ohio State 3. Clemson 4. Oklahoma 5. Penn State 6. Florida 7. Notre Dame 8. Auburn 9. Georgia 10. So it's basically the SEC East, right?
Basically, which are all going to cannibalize each other.
Yeah. Then we got Oregon at 6-1. Utah Utes. Did you say Utes?
What's a Ute?
Wisconsin and the guys from Wisconsin. Yes, they did talk like that. It was hilarious.
Man, here's the question: how are they going to respond to getting beat by the worst team in the Big Ten?
And they're going
Right?
to play Ohio State next week.
Got Ohio State next week.
Yep.
So
Wouldn't it be
how sweet
hilarious
would it? Oh yeah.
if they just pound Ohio State.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. Then of course it'd be like, oh, Illinois is really good.
Yeah.
Transitive property here. Shut up.
Let's see. Baylor, undefeated Baylor, number 14.
Yep.
They jumped 4 spots, past Texas, who is 5-2. They're the highest ranked 5-2 team.
Hey, let's talk a minute about how far Wisconsin fell.
They fell 7 spots.
How far did Georgia fall after
I
they
think
got beat?
7. I think 2. I think
Yeah.
they're
Was
3.
Was they-
3
oh,
to 10.
See, I was getting ready to pour it on them. But all right, if it was equal, then I'm okay with it.
SMU, the Mustangs.
The best team in Texas, maybe.
The best team in Texas.
Oh man, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Wasn't it back in the day when they got didn't they call them the cheating Methodists or something? Wasn't there? Or
Something
like
like
that
that,
was
yeah.
going around. But the SMU Mustangs, 7-0, are ranked number 16. Minnesota, 7-0 is ranked 17. Cincinnati, 18. Michigan still ranked 5-2.
Yeah, didn't they just get slaughtered yesterday?
Well, they almost won. The guy dropped the ball in the end zone and tied
Oh,
it.
that's right.
Penn
They didn't get
State.
slaughtered.
Yeah.
Iowa's at 5-2, number 20. Appalachian State is 6-0.
Are they a D1 team now?
Yeah, they're a D1.
Okay, all right.
Play
Play somebody.
Yeah.
They played North Carolina. Beat the crap out of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Boise State, 6-1
I
is
don't know how they're ranked. So
Yeah.
They got beat by a crappy team yesterday.
they dropped 8 spots. Iowa State comes in at 23, previously unranked. Arizona State dropped 7 spots.
I guess they lost.
Yeah, and Wake Forest.
Is A&M still ranked?
Nope,
No.
but they received 6 votes.
A&M.
3-3, and they still got getting votes. Come on.
Yeah, others receiving votes. Memphis received 87, Virginia 29, San Diego State, Pittsburgh, Washington, Navy, Texas A&M received 6 votes, Missouri 4, USC 3. UCF is still getting votes. Louisiana Tech and Tulane. Dropping from the rankings were Missouri and Washington. What was it? Do we know what the final score was for that Washington-Oregon game?
I know Oregon won pretty handily.
Did they?
I believe.
But Memphis is ranked in the coaches poll. So
Who's coaching that now? Since they lost their coach last year, right?
year before last.
Year before last.
Yeah.
Okay.
OU quarterback.
Quarterback or fullback?
No, he was the quarterback.
Seth Luttrell?
No, Seth Luttrell is still at
Right.
North Texas.
Yeah.
He was the quarterback from Tulsa Union. Played
I
for
remember Justin Fuente.
Yeah, Justin Fuente.
Fuente.
Yeah, he was at Memphis and then took the
Right.
is it Virginia? Virginia Tech. Hokies.
Yeah, the Hokies.
Yeah. He took over for Beamer. But so that's the top 25.
Who shouldn't be there?
Yeah, that's a good topic, Rob. Good job.
Because I think there's some teams in the top 10 that may not should be in the top 10. But
Yeah. Caleb, what's your thoughts? Who should not be there? Let's go. Georgia. Should Georgia be in the top 10?
They have talent, so it's not just because they have talent. Yes.
well,
Bad loss.
so their loss beat North Carolina yesterday. So if had South Carolina lost to North Carolina yesterday, I would say no. But like Caleb said, they are talented.
No.
So
Okay, next. Notre Dame. No, sorry. Auburn is number 9. Should they be there?
They beat Oregon, and I guess that's it.
who else?
Who'd they lose to?
They lost to Florida
Florida?
on the road, so that's not a bad loss.
Yeah.
So I'd say, yeah, right now, yeah. They're probably going to have 3 or 4 losses at the end of the year. So
Notre Dame. They lost to
lost,
Georgia.
Yeah,
they lost to Georgia. That was a close game, too.
But talk about a weak-ass schedule.
right.
I mean,
They lost to the one good team they played. So
Yeah.
Well, they got SC, Michigan, and I think someone else. They got a decent schedule this year, unlike last year.
Yeah, I'm pulling up their schedule right now.
if they go undefeated the rest of the year, it'll be good for them. They'll soar. I don't know how good they are, but
Let's see. Notre Dame has beaten Louisville 35-17. University of New Mexico 66-14. Lost to Georgia 23-17. Beat Virginia. Let's see. Boston College. Is it Boston College? No.
What does it say?
BGSU.
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green.
so that's not a bad schedule.
Yeah, they beat
They're
USC.
USC.
They got to play Michigan.
They play Michigan. I think they got to play someone
Yeah,
else.
Michigan next week. Virginia Tech. Yeah, so they do got to.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not, it was like last year. Last year's schedule was a joke.
Yeah, Michigan. They got Michigan, Virginia Tech, Duke, Navy, Boston College, and Stanford. So
What did the Dolphins win?
They almost
first
won.
lead. Okay.
They almost won.
So should Notre Dame be there?
I mean, who's going to replace them with? That's the thing. So I guess they have a good loss, and they haven't really struggled with anyone else. So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Florida is number 7. They've got 1 loss, and everybody else is a no-loss
Undefeated.
team. So you
I'm
can
gonna
just
tell you, I thought Florida was going to just absolutely suck this year, and they turned out to be a pretty decent little team.
Yeah.
They have a really good defense. So I mean,
But yeah, I mean everybody else is undefeated, so there's always they with the playoffs they always go the 2 out, so they always look at number 5 and 6.
Right.
So 5 and 6 are undefeated, and so was everybody else. So you know,
It won't be that way at the end, though.
Oklahoma, the only teams. Oklahoma and Clemson have the easiest road, I think. There's nobody that's gonna. I mean, if they lose, they're out. I think either one of those teams, because there's nobody. They're the strongest in their conference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
we'll be double digit dog too. I mean, a favorite. So I mean, it'd be a pretty bad loss.
Yeah, if Baylor keeps winning, they'll move up some and
Be close to top 10.
Yeah.
But so they have the same problem we have. They aren't playing anyone next couple weeks. I mean, we got Iowa State, who could be top 20 team.
I mean, November. Like I said, it's Iowa State, Baylor. Who else we got left? Oklahoma State,
TCU.
and TCU.
Yep.
Yeah, that's our November.
So that's
run.
not a bad slate, really.
No.
Because, I mean, even though Oklahoma State sucks, their offense is good.
Yeah, it'll be nice to go up there to, the Boone Pickens outhouse and hang half 100 on
in the first half.
On the Pokes.
I hope we do, because that guy pissed me off. But it's always good to beat Oklahoma State. So.
Yeah, which we always do. I mean,
88-13 or whatever the record is.
Yeah, 18. I think they beat us 18 times.
18.
And remember Okie Stank. Kansas has beat us more times than you have. That's how bad you suck.
That's how bad you are. I always love that week because of Blinken Riley.
Oh, yeah.
And his stats, man, they're awesome. So
It's also Thanksgiving week, too, so it's always great, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I like Blinken retweeted Texas's, Texas wins, and he retweeted kinda.
I mean, yeah, that was perfect.
I guess so. It's a win in the books, but it wasn't like it didn't feel like a win, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like probably how we put last year after we beat Kansas. Like, we won, but it was like I was mad.
Yeah. It was like Kansas put 40 points on us.
It felt like you need to go take a shower, though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's how every game was last year. It was like, we're good, but we can't stop no one. So every game's like that.
Wow, that's the thing is, how good does it feel to sit here and West Virginia was not a 48-45 game.
That was our biggest thing we said when Big 12 started. I was like, I want to just blow out teams. I'm tired of having close games. That's why I'm enjoying blowout teams, because we're better than all these teams. Just blow them out.
Yeah.
And so far, every game it's been pretty much a blowout. We haven't had one. I don't think Jalen's really played. He played one meaningful fourth quarter in Texas, and that one he didn't really need to. If he didn't turn the ball over, that one's a blowout too.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, I don't want to play Texas in the Big 12 championship. I want to play somebody new every year. I want it to be Oklahoma and somebody else. You know what I mean? We've had TCU, and then we've had Texas. So this year I'd like to see Baylor in it.
Not me. Yeah. I think Baylor's a whole lot better than Texas.
Do you?
I'd rather play Texas.
But I think we're going to we may see.
We'll find out. They play each other. So, I mean.
Yeah.
No, but
I don't know how good Baylor. Baylor should have like 3 losses already. So I don't think Baylor's that good. Like, they should have 3 losses. They should have lost Texas Tech last week.
Well,
they should have lost Iowa State. I mean, I don't know how good they are. They should have at least 2 or 3 losses.
I agree, but it's just like beating West Virginia, and we're like, oh man, our defense played well. Well, it was West Virginia. Yeah, it was, but
last year
we weren't having the same conversation, and we did what we were supposed to do.
Right. Beat them up, not just rout them, beat them up.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing I like about this defense. We are beating people up.
And I'm going to tell you, one of those touchdowns was given to them by the refs.
Yeah.
Or it's 52-7.
Yeah.
They also have like a 4th down conversion too. I mean, 2 4th down conversions.
2 4th down conversions.
1 fake punt. I mean, fake punts. If they get fake punt, it's just kudos to you for doing a fake punt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got that back with the
pump
block. But it is we're going in games and we're beating people up. We're tackling the intensity. It is not even like watching last year's. We're sitting here on a 3rd down last year and the year before and the year before and the year before going, oh my God, we got them at 3rd and 12, or 3rd and 4, and they get
no confidence that we're going to stop them.
Yeah, and they got 17 yards on 3rd and 4. These guys, they line up on a 3rd down. You're getting a stop.
I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
As well as we should be, I think.
Yeah. But that's the enjoyable thing is and I say it all along. They keep talking about last year's game. I saw a deal at the tailgate, before, what a great game it was last year, and they talked the same way we've said it before about the Texas Tech game with Mahomes and Baker. No, it wasn't a great game. It was a horror. If you're a football fan and you say that was a great game, you're out of your damn mind.
Defense won that game, though.
Yeah, but it was horrible.
Well, if you just said that was a great offensive game, then I will agree with that.
Our defense had two. Our defense almost scored how much? Almost 14 points.
Yeah,
and two pick sixes, I think, or fumbles.
Scoops. Yeah, scoop scores. Yeah. But
it's just crazy how even in the whole Big 12, everyone Big 12 is just how much different it looks this year. It's just it's not like high flying scoring. Like they're all like low scoring games,
except for Oklahoma. We're still putting up
big numbers, but we're holding them.
We're holding them down, and Rob, we were talking about it. I was telling some guys yesterday at the tailgate too. With Lincoln's press conference last week, and then at his coach's show, you could see his frustration when he talked about that first quarter against Texas, because he knew.
Oh yeah,
we had an opportunity without turning that ball over twice to just put it on these guys, and they missed that opportunity.
Well, sometimes the games go like that.
Yeah,
you just don't get
rivalry
rhythm,
game,
and you know.
Yeah, but you could see that he was like, man, okay, like Caleb said, that first turnover, the fumble, that was a good play.
That's a good play.
Yeah, the pass,
that wasn't a good play.
Yeah, but the point being was that Lincoln was like, we had an opportunity to turn it on,
to bust them.
A team like Texas, you don't want them hanging around. That's how they. You don't want them hanging around. You just don't want them hanging around. So I mean, it's just like I said, they're the only team on the schedule that actually can match up with us talent wise. Like we're so better, but the only team actually has the same type of players we have. Everyone else in the Big 12 doesn't have the same type of players we have. We should just go out there and beat them down.
We should.
Yeah,
and we have so far.
I'm interested to see the defense in this coming up game. Kansas State. Yeah.
Do you see what ESPN said about this game? That OU might be rusty with the early kick. I guess don't pay attention to our schedule. I guess.
Wow. Yeah, we've not done that at all this year. I don't know how we're.
You might be rusty with an early. Is that really what they said?
Yeah, it said down there. Like they're looking ahead for this week's game. Like they should win handily, but you never know. Manhattan's where it plays. No, you could be rusty with the early kick.
The only thing I worry about when we go to Kansas is how cold it is, because we're not necessarily ready. It's colder. I guarantee you, in Manhattan, Kansas, it's a lot colder than it is here.
So next game after that, it's Iowa State. What are the odds that we get 11 a.m. kick for that one? I think in the upper 90s.
Yeah.
You would think that the Big 12 would know, like, hey, this is our best team. Like,
they say that this is a good time slot. 11 o'clock.
It's not a good time slot. Yeah. Ask the coaches, ask the fans.
I know that, but for TV, it is
Fox.
For Fox,
11 a.m. kickoff is their cash cow, and they want all the viewers, and that's Oklahoma.
That's what made me about this one this week. Like, we're playing at 11 a.m. We'll go up again. We're going to head with Wisconsin, Ohio State. No one's going to watch our game except for OU fans, pretty much. That's it. Everyone else will be watching the Ohio State Wisconsin game.
Maybe, I don't know. But, according to Fox, 11 a.m. kickoff is where all their money's made.
What's this? Because
out of the Big 12,
Oklahoma
ones. Makes all the money. So,
yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to watch Kansas State, but if Oklahoma's there,
you get some eyes on it, at least with their right. Like I said, it's gonna be this week's gonna be a little weird because we got Ohio State, Wisconsin.
I mean, just think if it was Oklahoma State, Kansas State. I mean, there's got 12 people going to watch that game.
Be on FS1.
You know what I mean?
I'm just annoyed. I mean, that's the one thing with the Longhorn Network they can do is just say, right, well, I don't care what you guys say. We got our own network. We'll play at night if we want to. That's why they don't have to play all those early games.
Right. Well, here's the thing. We might have every game until the end of the season might be 11 a.m. kickoff.
It depends who has it.
Big 12 championship will be at 11 a.m.
Yep, every game.
It depends who has it. Like if we're on ABC or ESPN, we could be a later ones. Like the Baylor one. If ESPN has that game, we could get that one then maybe. Later time, but I mean maybe Iowa State too. It depends whoever gets it, and who else is playing that week.
Excuse me, do you know who has this week's game, Caleb?
Who? It's ABC this week.
ABC.
Yeah,
and it's 11 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah, that's why I said that because the Big Ten, they do Big Ten too. They're doing the Ohio State Wisconsin game at 11. I'm gonna just be annoyed if every game's at 11. It's just stupid.
It is, but I mean I understand it, because it's all about ratings. We ought to really be, I think, glad because they want the biggest team in their 11 o'clock slot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're saying. Hopefully it's not just to appease us, but I think we ought to be, glad that we are that team.
It's just weird how everyone else, like, I mean, all the other big programs can play night games, though. I think we had the right to play night games. Like, I think I saw a stat, like, LSU and Bama's only played, like, 2 or 3, like, 11 a.m. games in, like, last, like 5 years.
Different
like
network.
That. It's just, I said it helps it helps with recruiting. It's hard to get kids here that early in the morning, stuff like that.
You're right. And coach didn't like it because getting recruits into the game. Yeah. Of course, this one's out of town, but home games.
Yeah.
They're going to play their game wherever they're at in the country on Friday night, and then we got to
in.
get them here before the 11 a.m. kickoff on Saturday.
And they normally leave like after games too, so they can't get the full experience because it's like it's all done by 3 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah, and it's I mean, back in our day, didn't we always like kick off at like 2?
Yeah, I want mine a 2:30 game. I mean, the night game. It's a 2:30 game.
It seems like we did a lot more 2:30 back then.
Yeah, it was like you turned on John Brooks at 2 o'clock or at 1 o'clock and listened to the pregame.
I mean, this week would have been perfect for a 2:30 game because, like I said, the 11 a.m. ABC, like when they say Ohio State, Wisconsin. It's like, all right, let's get the most sides at the 2. We're not going to win that battle with that. So let's get the 2:30 o'clock one. Instead, they have Oklahoma State playing someone at 2 o'clock or something.
Baylor,
like that.
It was Baylor.
I'm saying this week they have like Oklahoma State playing someone at 2:30. What is Baylor's schedule before they play us?
Hold on, I gotta go find their schedule. I was pulling up Kansas State, so
about to watch the Cowgirls
let's
lose
talk about
again.
Kansas State, and then you can pull it in, or either way.
At Kansas State, I mean,
Dallas Cowboys. I thought they had a bye this week, and they were going to lose that game too. So,
I think Garrett's gone if they lose this game right here.
I don't think so. I mean, they've had bad seasons. Hey, we stood right in that tunnel right there, by the way. Anyway,
yeah, we did.
And they had plenty of chances to get rid of Garrett, and he obviously likes him in that spot.
They got Lincoln Riley now, though. Everyone said Lincoln Riley's going.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley ain't going nowhere.
Are you going to hit the Cowboys if they take Lincoln Riley from us, Rob?
Yes.
You would turn on them?
Yes. Absolutely going to hate them. Sure am. I'm just an inch away from it anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, Jerry Jones has just driven. I mean, he's running that like a business, and they're the biggest name in sports.
The biggest name.
Check this out.
They suck.
They have the talent to be good. It's just they have a terrible coach.
You're going to love this.
Okay.
West Virginia plays Baylor. Oh, that's a Thursday night.
Oh, the Thursday night game?
Yeah.
This week?
October 31st. Yeah.
Oh, so on Halloween.
That's Halloween night.
Yeah. Is it at Baylor or is it at West Virginia?
It's going to be at Baylor.
At Baylor, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so if it's at West Virginia, that might be a little iffy game right there because some weird stuff going on Halloween night.
But Baylor plays.
Ooh.
Oh, that was nasty.
Baylor plays West Virginia and TCU before they play us.
That's what I guess.
TCU.
I guess I have a bye this week because I have the Thursday night game next week.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? TCU's at least TCU will hit you. I mean, I don't think they're all that good, but they play physical.
Baylor and TCU don't like each other either. I know that.
So I don't rather it not be a cakewalk for them before they, play us.
But. And they could lose either one of those games. Like I said, they almost lost like 3 games this year. So,
I'm sitting here looking at Baylor's schedule, and on the OU game, there's a little icon that says DuPuy Oxygen, and I'm like, what the heck?
What?
DUPUY Oxygen. You click on it, and I guess that game is brought to you by DuPuy Oxygen Welding and Industrial Supply. It's on Baylor's schedule.
Oh my gosh, that's like
on the schedule page.
The Naomi's Hair Care Tire Center Airport, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, what the heck was that?
Oh my god,
man! I had Baltimore's doing some on my fantasy. I sat on, and they had 2 touchdowns. You kidding me?
Terrible. Oh, wind caused a fumble right there.
God, dude!
I
that's
sat
hilarious.
That deep.
Are you kidding me? I feel so stupid now.
So,
let's see. We got Kansas State. Kansas State looks to be a pretty balanced team this year. Got their new coach, the former Bison national champion.
Jeez.
Looks like they're rushing. numbers are 1,183 yards rushing.
He's wide open.
1,031 passing. So pretty balanced team. The times I've watched them, seems like they line up in an I formation, kind of run right at you.
I mean that's what they do. I mean they kind of spread out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because we in the year, I was shocked they're scoring 50 points a game.
They were. I don't know if
anymore.
they're necessarily
They
doing
ran
anymore.
to Big 12 defenses. Can't do it no more.
But really, here's the thing. We shouldn't have any trouble the rest of the year. We shouldn't. When we get by Baylor, that's the last, in my opinion, tough game on our schedule.
Well, Big 12 championship. Then
I don't think even that one is. I think Baylor's our toughest game all year long, and I think if we get by them, it's smooth sailing to the playoffs.
Yeah, Kansas State has beaten Nickel State,
Mississippi State.
Bowling Green, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, lost to Oklahoma State, lost to Baylor. They got thumped by Baylor, 31-12.
Yeah.
And beat TCU. And now they got Oklahoma. So,
And I'm really, this should be just like the West Virginia game, I think. It should be just the exact same thing, honestly.
It should be, yeah.
52-14. Is that
like
what
that.
we're calling it now?
We get a shutout. Let's get one shutout.
Yeah, let's
please.
get a shutout.
We haven't had a shutout in like 5 years, like 10 years, something like that.
So, Caleb, you're the one that always says that we lose a game every year that we shouldn't lose. I think we're past that point.
We lose them early.
Yeah.
Early.
We haven't lost a game early this year.
So, really, the way we're playing defense now, hopefully we don't have that game.
Like one of the most dominant teams in the country last year lost the game they shouldn't have lost. Yeah, like Wisconsin, they were just killing teams all year long.
I know.
But that's not college football. They're still kids. So any Saturday, just go lay an egg out there. And,
Well,
especially a team like OU, if you get down, like these teams, like this is their Super Bowls, is OU. Because
I think Lincoln and Grinch they coach it one game at a time. And this is the most important game.
I said earlier, it helps a lot that when our leaders have that same mentality. Because Kenneth Murray's like that, so is Jalen. Because both of them, like I said last time, this is a really cool camera angle here. But Jalen, he lost. It was like he lost his spot. Kenneth Murray knows that they could be one game away from it falling apart again, just because that's what happened last year. And so I think it helps our leaders are the exacts have the same mindset. We all have the same mindset.
The whole rat poison thing is, let's not listen to the clippings. Let's not listen to our own.
I like what Grint said. I was watching it before you got here, Rob. They said don't read the praises on Twitter. If you want to hear something good on Twitter, create the story yourself.
Right? Yeah, that's
good.
That's
what Grint said was create the story yourself.
I know
if you don't want to hear bad things, go out there and play. And make them write good things. And I was like, damn, that's pretty smart.
I know.
They pay the big bucks.
They asked Kenneth Murray and Buki Branch, you guys ever be satisfied? Because we won't be satisfied till January.
Yeah,
after the January games. So
and I think this coaching staff and
option
I think
with the pitch to a
that
quarterback.
Was sweet. Fullback option.
Pitch to a quarterback. Sorry, we're watching highlights of the game like we always are on Sunday afternoon.
But I think Bob had that mentality, and I think Lincoln does, and he's sticking to it real. And it seems like Grinch is in that. It's like, hey, the way he talked about the Texas game at the coaches show, it's like it's a big game, it's a rivalry, but it's just a game. It is a game that we have to win on our schedule every year, every one of them. So now it's time to move on, and I like that mentality.
Well, I do too. But the OU Texas game, there's so much. Emotion that goes into that game.
Especially for a first time ever coaching he was.
The week after that, you cannot tell me there's not some sort of an emotional letdown.
Well, obviously, Texas felt that.
Yeah.
Or we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't. And that's
or
what
if
I'm
we
saying.
did.
And that's what I'm saying is I think Lincoln has got these guys, and a lot of these defense, a lot of these players have been here the last 3 years. Going, we should have won. We should have won at least a national title. And should have won at least one or two freaking playoff games.
Okay. So that brings me to my next question then. If we had this defense last year.
That's why he said to him. That thinks Clemson still wins. I think we beat Clemson.
I think Clemson still wins last year. I think we win the year before.
I think we beat Clemson. I think last year's offense was better than the year before.
Honestly,
yeah.
If you're saying we had this defense last 2 years in a row, back to back, that's where we were at.
Yeah.
Back to backers.
Guys, this offense is great and everything. It just doesn't. It doesn't. I guess 'cause it's not explosive like the last 2 years. I mean, 'cause we still put up crazy numbers.
Yeah, how can you be disappointed? He went 15 for 16.
I know.
It should have been 16 for
It's just.
16.
Way to go, Drake.
It's like I said. It just doesn't feel as I guess not as explosive. It's still like great.
But
But it is. Look at the numbers. The numbers showed it. It just doesn't.
The
feel.
weird thing is like, I've only watched a couple of games here at the house, which is really where I prefer to watch games. I love
Me too.
going to the games. Okay, but I'm
It's a lot
sitting there-
cheaper.
well, true. I'm sitting at the games and I'm going, we're getting a first down every time we put our hand. It seems like every play, Oklahoma has a first down.
I said normally Lincoln doesn't find his groove until October too. Like because normally he's still figuring out this whole team out, and that's when he gets his groove in pretty much in
I hope
October.
that's the case this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
that's what could be scary about
It's
it.
like you say, Caleb, that it doesn't seem as explosive, but I'm sitting here going, okay, every time you hear that was,
First down.
Jalen Hurts, 17-yard pass to CeeDee Lamb. That's an Oklahoma first down. And it was like, crap, that's another first down. A gain of 14 on the play. Again, I'm like, holy cow.
Maybe it's just
Every
'cause-
play is a first
maybe
down.
it's just because we had like Hollywood and what's his name, Murray.
Murray.
Yeah, jeez. Maybe because we just knew we pinch any play they just go house with anyone else get the ball in their hand.
But being there, that's all it seems like you hear is,
First down.
I was just sitting there thinking, I don't remember which quarter it was, but I was sitting there going, holy crap, every time, every play, that's a gain of 11 on the play. That's a gain of 14 on the play. That's a gain of 12 on the play. A gain of 8 on the play. It's like, good Lord, you don't need to get 60 yards at a pop.
Yeah, but that's what we want.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, the games this year are a lot more fun to watch. It's actually nice to cheer on defense, not like have like a sick feeling in your stomach when your defense goes on the field. I had that for the first few weeks because I still didn't trust them at all. And like now, when I'm on defense on the field, I'm actually like excited.
Every time the defense goes on, we get out the Kool-Aid and pour it in a glass and start sipping it.
Like I used to dread, like,
I did too.
we got to score a touch. Like, oh great, now we have to go out there and
So last
look like a fool.
Last year we watched the defense play with our hands over our eyes,
Yeah.
looking through the cracks of our fingers. This year we're actually cheering.
Like I
on
said,
them.
they be on 3rd down 20. Like, oh, they're going to get this somehow.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they got 30 yards on 3rd down 20. It's like, you kidding me?
Well, I mean, I remember the last couple of years, we're sitting in here watching games, and we look at each other. It's like, they're going to get this first down. It'll be like 3rd and 15. They're going to get this stinking first down.
Well, Texas game last year,
Like I
right?
said,
yeah.
I mean,
Where they got a minute on the clock, and we're like, okay, surely we can hold them for a minute.
Yeah.
Go right down there and dicker the kicker.
Like when we stop
Hate
him,
that guy.
I'm not even sure if if I was happy, if I was just like so shocked I didn't know how to feel anything
Yeah.
last year. I mean, it's crazy. And we're at the same players, and I think that's what's frustrating about it because you knew we had talent to do it. It just wasn't for some reason it wasn't working, and it's like
And it just looks like a different defense altogether.
Yeah. Same names. And, dude, I'm just telling you, man, Kenneth Murray. God, if that guy don't win the Butkus Award, forget about the Heisman. The Butkus Award, that dude, I am telling you, what's this, his 3rd year? He's a junior?
Yep.
And I know people talk, he made a lot of mistakes in the Rose Bowl game. He said he was going to make up for it. My
true
God,
freshman. That's what
dude,
happens.
that
He's playing
kid,
fantastic.
you watch, and that's again.
I mean, he single-handedly made Ellinger. Like Ellinger was the Heisman guy, and pretty much single-handedly shut him down. Pretty much, Ellinger did not have a good game at all against us because Murray pretty much took. Because Ellinger, one of his biggest strengths is running, and you're not going to run on him. But when he's spying you, I'm sorry, he's going to run you down.
And they use him like that. They use, he's a spy. He blitzes.
I mean,
He runs down running backs.
His game
There's
plan.
not very many running backs going to outrun him.
His game plan pretty much is him. He pretty much he takes the best player and takes him out of the game. I mean, That's kind of what he does right now, which is awesome to see. I mean, it's just great. Like I said, I was happy with our defense. I was happy with our secondary because normally they look good because we got a pressure on the quarterback. Yesterday, he had enough time to throw. Kendall did. And Kendall has a nice arm when he has time.
Yeah.
But we're there at the receivers everywhere. There wasn't a guy running wide open downfield, which is just pleasant to see.
But like you said, the biggest thing, the last several years too, they would be 2 or 3 steps ahead of them when they would catch the ball, or they would catch it in a. It is so nice to see guys knocking the ball down.
Well, yeah, they would be
playing the ball.
Last year they'll be there in position, but they won't be looking for the ball. If they put your hand up, the ball is knocked down. They don't catch it.
Yep.
This year they actually are playing the ball.
Yeah.
The only thing they're
doing it.
The only thing we haven't done is turn the ball over. It's 3 straight games without a turnover.
Yeah, but when you're getting 3 and outs, when you get 5 3 and outs, how many turnovers do you need to freaking get?
When the motto is Grinch's motto is turnovers, though. So that's kind of why it's a big deal, I guess.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, we want to have more but I mean, I will go through and look, but I mean, how many 3 and outs has Oklahoma had this year? You know, I only really
About 15 more times than.
I think we had 3 and out yesterday. I think they'd start the game. It's like, crap. And then I think we forced them at 3 and out, and then all right, and then went from there.
I mean, when you're getting 3 and outs, is that not basically a turnover? I mean, really.
Basically.
I mean, if you don't give a team more than 3 chances, you know, I mean,
I think it feels so good to us.
It feels good to us.
Last year we had.
I think a turnover might make the defense like more pumped. I think get the crowd into it maybe a little more.
Yeah, and I mean maybe that's why he's and I'm sure.
Well, I think it's because it gets a better offense. Like who we're going to play? I think it's for the playoffs. Obviously, we're going to play. Ohio State has one of the best offenses in the country. LSU has one of the best offenses in the country. Like they're going to score on us.
Okay,
it's just when the turnovers get the momentum back.
I may have just had the most genius moment of my life. Okay, how many turnovers did Grinch say he wants a game? 2 or 3?
Yeah, two turnovers.
2 turnovers a game. Because what if he knows getting 2 turnovers a game is next to impossible? 2 or 3 turnovers a game, so he can always chew their ass about you didn't get turnovers. I wanted 2 turnovers.
That's the only thing he can really. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff he can look at film they get chew on him for, but I mean, when his main thing is turnovers and we're not doing it, I mean, that's something he can always hold over the heads. Like, yeah, you guys are playing great, but
you got to get the turnovers. You're not getting the turnovers, guys. We got to get the.
I mean, I'm sure leaking. Like, yeah, I'm sure Jalen had one completion yesterday, but you should have threw the ball softer to Drake so he didn't drop it.
You should have put it on his outside shoulder instead of his inside. And
I know that West Virginia is not very good, but there's not much to chew on the defense about yesterday.
No,
they played pretty fantastic.
I mean, like I said, the special teams get chewed in for a game of 4th down, but like you said, they made up for it for that game with the block of the punt. So I mean, how's that count as a turnover? A block punt for a touchdown?
It shouldn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. Lincoln was pretty happy about it. Did you see him?
He was skipping on the sidelines.
It was good stuff. Yep.
Yeah, and whatever's wrong with Calcaterra, I mean, he was sure happy for Stogner. He was over there jumping around on him and hitting him. I was like, well, if he's...
Maybe it could be a concussion thing, probably.
Yeah. But even though if you got a concussion, you shouldn't be jumping around out there like that.
So we won't see Rattler at all right now since we're past game 4.
No, you can play 4 games. It doesn't have to be 4.
It doesn't have to...
It'll be the first 4 games. He can play in the Big 12. He can play the national championship if needed. So, yeah. I'm full on the Rattler over Mordecai train right now. So, I mean...
We ain't even done with this season yet.
I don't care.
You can't get on that train. That train hasn't even pulled up into the station.
We've seen Mordecai a few times. I'm sure he's a good kid. But he gives me the same vibes Austin Kendall gave me. I just don't trust him.
It'll be a tight. I guarantee you, it will be a tight race. It
will be a tight race. Yeah,
and all spring,
all summer, spring. It's
so I'm pretty sure it was Steve Bullard again that said tweeted out. Oh gosh, what was it? I think we were misled on how close the race was between Kyler and Austin. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're misled.
That's pretty funny.
How close this race is. I mean, they're always close apparently. So I mean, even Baker 2 years ago. I don't know. Kyler's right there behind him. I mean, that might have been true though, because Kyler is really good.
Yeah. Kyler was really good. Sure.
Yeah, and that may be why Baker was so good, because Kyler was clipping at his butt the whole time.
That's probably why Baker only stopped 1 play for grabbing his crotch. I bet. He probably knew if he was more than 1 play, because Kyler Murray almost scored a touchdown on first play.
Yep.
Baker's like, I have to get back out there.
Yeah.
I'll lose my job.
But oh man! But anyway, we're looking forward to an away game. Actually,
I will say with
kicking back here at the house
with y'all's Heisman thing too. I think it hurts Jalen Heisman hopes with our defense being good, because last 2 years you could say, well, it wasn't for Kyler and Baker, we wouldn't be winning these games.
Yeah.
This year you can be like, well, our team's just better. So it's just. Like he has to carry us like Kyler.
Yeah,
and Baker did.
Yeah, but 15 for 16.
But see, here's the other thing:
75 yards rushing.
I didn't realize this. Lincoln
5
said
touchdowns.
in his press conference, they're running less plays offensively.
A lot,
like down 20 plays per game with Jalen.
It's because we that's why it doesn't feel as explosive. Because we're eating more clock up. We're just bullying teams. Like when you recommend, because I mean that's what we do. We're just bigger everyone. We're like, all right, Bill, we're just going to run through you guys, because that's kind of what we're doing. Like Jalen's the biggest guy on the field.
On the field. West Virginia has some pretty big boys.
Yeah,
they're not bigger than Jalen though. Our offensive line, our offensive line's just mammoths out there.
I tell you what, that's the one thing I love about my seats. Okay, because
See how big them boys
you
are?
really can't see far away. I mean, when you get so far away, your depth perception. So you kind of got to watch it on the big screen. But man, when they get down there inside the 20 and inside the 10 and on the go, that is some. You can hear. It's like a herd of horses. Just every when they're running, it is crazy.
I think my favorite when we're in the goal line, you got Jalen, Hall, and Stevenson out there. I mean, pick your poison right there for the defense.
Ramondre Stevenson
with Jalen, the Hall guy. How big is Hall? He's like 6'6". That guy's huge, isn't he? Like that fullback,
Jeremiah Hall.
Hall. He's a monster of a guy. That guy's huge.
But
I mean, he makes Jalen look normal size, and Jalen's a big guy.
Yeah.
There's a tornado watch going on right now, really?
what?
Heavy thunderstorms in Canadian County.
Huh?
It's moving 55 miles to the northeast. Man, I should have been a weatherman, huh?
So, Dave, you excited for actually get to relax and not do all the tailgate stuff?
Yep. I'm looking forward to this game. Just sitting here at the house.
Me too.
Having some snacks and just watching the game and
having a day off. I have to go back in today.
Did you?
Yeah. Every Sunday that we have a home game, I'm working Sunday. So
man, yeah, I got up last night when we got home. Was watching the Alabama game. Caleb's friend Teresa came over to visit, and next thing I know, I'm out on the couch.
I'm trying to wake you up. You wouldn't get up. I was like slapping you.
You're tired too, huh?
Yeah, man. And I woke up, I guess, at like 3 or 4, and my mouth was completely dry, and my throat was dry because I guess I was laying there with my mouth open, snoring, and
drooling probably.
No, there was like no water anywhere in my mouth, and I had to go get a drink of water, and I started to go to bed, and I was like, bed's further away than the couch is.
Just crashed on the couch.
So I came back because I fell asleep on the couch watching the Alabama game, and got up this morning. I guess it was about 9. I woke up earlier than that, and I was like, yeah, and got up and went out and unloaded the tailgate and put it all up this morning. But we even had to make a beer run yesterday at the tailgate, so had enough folks that needed to grab a little extra beer. So, but it was a good time. It was a good game, good crowd. So,
great weather, right?
Yes, it was. It was perfect. Caleb, you got anything else?
I got off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head, Rob,
I
you
can
got
think
anything?
about.
No, I think Houston's got a sail right through the World Series.
You think it's good pitching matchups.
Which means
so is that good or bad for you?
Which
for
means
bet?
Caleb's going to lose his bet with.
Still early, man. Now I don't know. The Nationals have that. The Nationals have that team of destiny type of feel to them, though. Nationals are because they should have lost that first game, and it would be hilarious if they win. Bryce Harper leaves and they win a World Series.
If they beat Houston, that's an accomplishment because they are really good.
I think pitching staff wise, they're pretty even because you got Scherzer versus Verlander, and then you got Strasburg versus Cole. I mean, I think that's pretty even matchup right there.
It is. But I just don't think they're hitting like Houston is right now. And like I say, I haven't got to watch a whole lot of games, but
they put a hurt on my Cardinals. They swept my Cardinals when they even got close.
They did smoke the Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, like we couldn't hit them, and then like they have this one kid that's like 19 years old who's just a monster. The Nationals do. So I mean, and they have a guy almost might win the MVP in the NL. So they got talent out there and good hitting. It's just
we'll see. I'm going to be so sad when baseball's over, but I can't seem to get in front of the TV when baseball's on.
Well, it'll be Tuesday's game 1.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be watching it. So I'll probably do what you do, stream it probably.
We're going to be at the coach's show, so hopefully they'll have it up on one of those TVs up there too.
Yeah, they should. Of course, it's so far away we can't see the score.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm thinking about taking my the playboard that I got out of the trash at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about taking it up there and having Lincoln sign it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and then put it up for sale.
Better hurry before he goes to Dallas.
Oh, he's not going to Dallas. We're not even going to have that discussion.
That's at Caleb, or what is it? What is
Dr.
it?
Long,
at Dr. Long 24.
Yeah, go ahead and send that hate mail to him.
So everyone keeps saying it.
But see, here's the thing.
Everybody
Honestly,
but Lincoln.
Who in their right mind would want to work for Jerry Jones?
Good Lord, not me.
I mean, just think about it. It's not your team. Doesn't matter what you say.
Maybe he likes Jerry Jones. Maybe Jerry Jones, like, drugs him and stuff like that. Gets him real drunk all the time. I'm sure Jerry Jones could be a fun time to hang out with. So, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to hang out with an 85-year-old pervert?
Well, not when you put it that way.
I don't know if I'm getting like private jets and all that stuff and free car rides.
Well, wasn't there? Who was it that said that he used to get party buses with strippers on them, and this was just like in recent years? I mean,
I don't see a problem with that.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of the job thing, though,
for somebody your age, yeah. But what would you do if you found out your grandma was getting party buses with male strippers?
She's yellow.
What?
Yellow. You only live once. Do what you
my
want.
God.
I don't care. It's her life. She do what she wants. I don't care.
But would you? You wouldn't think it was weird
No.
that grandma's?
I'm like, hey, as long as she's having a good time. She's having fun. Oh, well, apparently Lincoln and the son are real
this
close.
generation.
It's generation. Yeah. It's not happening. We're not going to talk about it. We are not talking about it.
On my part, though, if you pray or, worship the sun god, I don't care. Pray for me Monday. I'm expecting a job offer.
Yes, please do.
And if so, I have worked my last OU game.
And that means you'll be at the tailgates from now on, too, so people can quit asking
That's
us,
what I mean.
where's Rob at?
And quit asking where Caleb's at.
Well,
where's Caleb at?
how about you tell him to quit schedule 11 a.m. games? Make it easier.
Well, all I can tell him, well, Rob's in the stadium. Caleb's at home hungover. So
well, the plan was Friday night was to have a nice chill night because we have a birthday dinner and stuff like that. It was supposed to be chill. And then but then we went to Brew House. That's why we decided to go to Brew House instead of going on campus. But then Brew House, we got free beer there because guys left their beer there. I was like, well, they didn't drink out of it. They know. I was like, well, we'll just take it then. It's free. And then that Brew House beer is a lot stronger than normal beer, and then changed everything. Changed our whole plans.
kept me and his mom up all night.
That's what I heard.
I was trying to stay. That's the only reason I was going to stay here so I can get up and go to the game.
Heard you lost a wrestling match with Rascal.
No, I mean I like to get Rascal wound up. It's fun because
4 o'clock in the morning.
He gets all crazy.
And at 4 o'clock in the morning, I hear walk in there, and what's funny was Caleb tried to play asleep, and Rascal was up on him barking and stop it. I mean,
what I like to do is get the blanket and mess with him with the blanket.
I'm gonna shoot you both.
Me. Yeah. So and that was at 4 o'clock in the morning. Him and Eli at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 in the morning were in there just eating whatever food y'all brought home. And
we got some Jack in the Box, and then Nathan got 8 tacos from Jack in the Box. It's like,
now, where did y'all go that wouldn't serve y'all?
Oh, we went to Taco Bell. They were out the taco meat. It's like, well,
how do you run out of taco meat at Taco? That's like running out of
hamburgers at McDonald's,
or running out of ice cream.
Probably
running out of ice cream at Brahms.
And then they asked why we get chicken. It's like, do we have to pay extra price for the chicken? They goes, yeah, you still have to pay extra for chicken. So, well, that's not how it works. It's not our fault. You all lost you ran out of stuff,
right?
It's like, all right, we'll just go Jack in the Box and see you later. Like, all right, bye. I'm sure they didn't care. I'm sure they're probably happy we didn't get food there.
Yeah. They probably just told you they were out of time. We don't want to. These guys, 2:30. What time was it?
Wasn't that late. I don't think it paid. Everywhere else was like 1:30, I think. So
yeah.
It's still late, but it wasn't that late.
No. Anyway, well, guys, that's a podcast. We will see you next time. Boomer Sooner, Boomer Rob,
Boomer Jerry,
Boomer Caleb,
Boomer.
Thanks for listening to the Sooner Football Fans Podcast. Sooner Football Fans Podcast is hosted by Rob Mixon, Terry Long, and occasionally Caleb Long. It is produced at the beautiful Podcast Palace in Norman, Oklahoma. Follow us on Twitter at SoonerFBFans and like our Facebook page at Facebook.com/Sooner Football Fans and visit our website at www.SoonerFootballFans.com to read our blogs and keep up with our tailgating activities. Boomer Sooner, everyone.